In this week's episode, we kill some time while the rig gets fixed.
How cute is this?
We visit a national monument to the ultimate in heroism. And take a quick trip to help out some friends.
Well, good morning, people.
Good morning, kids. Welcome to a parking lot in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. We just had a McDonald's breakfast.
Well, we're still working on it.
Well, we're still working on a McDonald's.
Me and Gracie are.
We had to utter a sentence this morning that if you just own a sticks and bricks house, you will never, ever utter. That sentence was, well, we got to get up because we have to take our house to the shop.
Yes.
So today's the day where they're supposed to fix all of the suspension issues that we're having. We've got it over at a place that we just love the name of it. Yep. The name is?
Smouse.
Smouse.
The house of Smouse.
The Smouse house. It's Smouse trailer and snow equipment. I spoke with Dave Smouse because I got his number from another place that only worked on semi trailers, didn't work on like fifth wheels. Matter of fact, I called like 4 or 5 places and they all said, no, we don't work on those. But this one guy said, you know what? You should call Dave Smouse because they sell a lot of horse trailers and utility trailers, and I'll bet you that guy can fix you up. I called Dave. Dave said, oh, heck yeah, we can fix you up. So we got all the parts, got them shipped to us, dropped off the trailer this morning. They're supposed to have it done today, in a day. So fingers crossed that's what actually happens.
Because that's our house. Although we are prepared. We packed an overnight bag.
If they do call and say it's going to have to be overnight, remind me to tell them, make sure that the battery is reconnected because our fridge is 12 volt. Because apparently you have to unhook the battery when you do any welding on the frame of an RV. I did not know that, but it was stressed to me by multiple people. Make sure you disconnect the battery. So we told them to disconnect the battery. All right, so since we have the whole day to ourselves, what are we going to do?
So it's not like we could go to a park because it's rainy.
Yeah, well, because that's what it does here, apparently. I half expected to show up to Smouse and have them go, sorry, kids, we can't fix your trailer because we're busy building a ship that we can get 2 of every animal onto.
So what we're going to do is we made a list of things that we've been talking about doing, but just haven't had time to do it.
So it's going to be a Wall-Mart run. We also have to go to Harbor Freight because I'm almost out of Monos covers and I need to glove up when I dump tanks.
So the question begs to ask, if you live full-time in your trailer and you have to put it into a shop for a day or 2, what do you do with your time?
If you're a full-timer and you got suggestions, put it in the comments below.
Got to keep it dog-friendly because we got Gracie too. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day of keeping each other entertained without going crazy.
All right, we're off to Wally World. Time for another fun-filled Wally World adventure with our RV sunsets and Gracie girl in jail. Filters for the Brita picture.
Look at you.
Command hook aisle.
Don't tempt me with a good time. You know how I love command hooks.
It's a lot of self-restraint for Tony Tao to go through buy the command hook aisle and not buy any command hooks. Dance it out.
It's $1.
Right?
So
and you think that'll work for your shampoo?
Oh, God, yes, that's perfect. I'm gonna buy 2 of them. Yeah.
Well, why would you buy 2 of the same color?
Shampoo and conditioner, so
well,
they
but
match.
If you put one in a different color, then you'll know which one is the conditioner and which one is the shampoo.
I have a Cricut.
So you'll just make labels.
Right? But the blue goes prettier with our bathroom, so we'll go with the blue.
Look at that. See? Instantly changed her mind. Tony Tao pulled her list out at the perfect time. We need a comforter. We're in the comforter aisle.
We don't really need a comforter because I have a nice comforter. It's like what goes into a duvet. It's like the down kind of thing. But
I'm speaking a foreign language at this point.
I know.
I have no idea what a duvet is. That's like asking a guy what the color fuchsia is. I don't know, there are too many syllables.
Oh, you're going down to the command strip thing again. Why are you torturing me like that? That's 30, that's 15, but I can just drop that in the thing.
Okay, so you want to buy this?
Yeah.
All right. Tank treatment.
We all know what those are. Ball joke.
We got to make the joke.
I don't have one. Look who's got the ball now.
Get some balls, would you? What'd you find?
Wilson.
Wilson. More ball jokes? I don't know.
I need a frame. It's that family picture we took on the stoop that I printed out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But that won't work
Why not?
because I use command strips and this is sunk in.
Oh,
Ask
so there's
me
no
how I've learned that lesson.
so there's no place to put the command strip.
Right.
Nice. There you go. RV hanging up stuff tip from
RV
Tony
hang
Tao.
up tip. When you buy frames to hang up, you got to make sure it's flat because when you put the command strips, like this won't work because it'll hold it out. This might work. It's good enough because
So
I
you
can
can
put it on here.
this part right here. Got it. We got the important stuff. Coffee. What else?
Socks.
Socks. Men's cushioned crew, 6 pairs, size 6 to 12. Even though I'm a size 13, the 12s will work. Is that it?
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I think so.
We're at the store that all astute RVers know. What store would that be, Tony Tao?
Harbor Freight.
Of course, it's Harbor Freight Tools. Now the question is, are they gonna have the size I need? Yes, they do, XLs. Love these gloves. Now I need to find wherever their bottle jacks are to see if they have jack extensions. This is the jack I've got, which is the 12 ton. I'm looking for an extension to put on the top of it. I don't see them. A cargo net? What do you need a cargo net for to start with?
I'm still trying to figure out a solution for the top of my bedroom closet.
Oh, I think I have the solution for you.
Yeah, you keep telling me that, but it hasn't yet.
But I haven't done it yet. It's the small tub of towels.
This would be perfect for inside the truck.
There's just so many things that you can get. Right in front of me is the rubber chocks that you need for your RV. Don't mess around with those little plastic yellow ones. They bust right and left. This is what you need.
How cute is this?
Hold on, what were you all excited about?
It's a mini toolbox.
Tony Tao, you kill me.
How much is that?
It would be good for holding like screws and nuts and bolts and stuff. They even have it in 2 colors, 3 colors.
3 colors. Unlike most women, I like Harbor Freight.
I think that's one of the solutions to a good marriage is find yourself a woman that likes Harbor Freight tools. What you looking at, Tony Tao?
The Kecksburg PA, you're calling it Space Acorn?
It's the space acorn.
Okay.
Because you know doggone well, if there's a space acorn somewhere, we're gonna find
We're
it.
gonna find it. Really, what is it?
On December 9th, 1965, a large fireball was seen in the skies over 6 states and Ontario, Canada. The object was the shape of an acorn and the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. Shortly after, eyewitnesses in Kecksburg saw something crash into the woods, and the military soon arrived. Radio station WHJB reporter John Murphy covered the story and decided to do a documentary on the incident called Object in the Woods. That was until the FBI confiscated documents and photographs he had from the night of the crash. Then in 1969, John Murphy was mysteriously struck and killed by a car while vacationing in California.
Now if that
Is not a conspiracy. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what is. All right, well, that's the bay that we were in.
Smouse!
We are so happy with the House of Smouse. These guys did an amazing job. They knocked this thing out in like 6 hours. 2 thumbs up, like this one and this one, to Dan, who was the mechanic that worked on it. He absolutely killed it. Got everything done, again, like 6 hours, and we're back on the road. Yay! Thank you, Smouse. You guys rock.
Thank you, Brinkley, for sending us all the parts.
All right, we're heading back to our campground as we leave the house of Smouse.
Yay, House of Smouse! We highly recommend Smouse trailer and snow equipment if you need your suspension repaired. The link is in the show notes below.
Hey, Tony Tao.
Hi, Michael Tao.
It's a little hot. We went from torrential downpours to hot and muggy here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What's on tap for today? Cannonsburg. We're gonna go down to Cannonsburg. It's just a town or so down. There is at least one brewery there that we're gonna go grab a beer. I think that's the first stop. And then it's also, I discovered today from talking to our next door neighbor here in the park, Dave, that Cannonsburg was the birthplace of Perry Como.
Which 95% of you won't know who that is.
You won't know who Perry Como is. All right, we will see you down in Cannonsburg, PA. Tony Town, where are we?
Rust Gold Brewing in Cannonsburg.
I'm doing my standard dealer's choice flight. Tony Tao picked hers. What do I have? Got to put my glasses on so I can read. So the first one is an IPA. Ooh, damn, that's a good IPA.
I'm going with a half. Y'all know how I feel about a half. 2 thumbs up because their beers are ice cold.
This one is their cream ale. I've never had a cream ale that tastes like that before. It's got like a citrusy kind of thing going on. For a cream ale, it's kind of weird.
Oh, that is.
All right, what's your next one up?
Blood orange.
Oh, blood orange wheat. Yeah, I got to taste the blood orange wheat. Oh yeah, that's like orange Cheerios. All right, and then this is the stout. That's an interesting stout because it has the stout flavor, but it doesn't have the stout heaviness. It doesn't happen to us all that often, but when it does, we have to shout it out. And that is the fact that there is not a bad beer in either of these flights. So that's 8 beers across the board, and every single one of them is tasty.
Hef is good.
I think the blood orange wheat is my favorite.
Blood orange is amazing. It's a Kool-Aid beer. Rusty Gold Brewing has now been added to our list of must-visit breweries in the United States. With a kitchen full of tasty snacks and a top-notch beer selection, you couldn't stumble into a better place if you tried. And when you're done with your beers, it's just a couple of blocks walk to the statue dedicated to legendary singer Perry Como.
Today, we're at a place that we didn't really even know was close by until yesterday when we went over to Cannonsburg and went over to a brewery. And we were talking to a couple that was at the brewery, and they told us about this place. Where we're at is the Flight 93 National Memorial. If you'll remember, on September 11th, there was one plane that went down in western Pennsylvania. That was Flight 93. The visitor center area is not dog friendly, so Tony and I each took turns going in there. But there is a hike down to the crash site that is dog friendly. So we are going to take Gracie and take that hike.
The visitor center is on a hill that overlooks the field where Flight 93 impacted the ground. As you walk towards the visitor center, there's black strips in the concrete that show the timeline of that fateful morning. The first shows the time that American Airlines Flight 11 impacted One World Trade Center. The next shows the time that United Airlines Flight 175 struck Tower 2. And the last strip shows the time that American Airlines Flight 77 struck the Pentagon. Flight 93's intended target was the U.S. Capitol building, until the passengers fought back against the hijackers. That bravery unfortunately culminated in the crash of the flight in this field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Flight 93 was behind schedule by 42 minutes that morning when it left Newark, New Jersey. That delay meant that the people being held hostage on the flight very quickly learned of the suicide attacks that had already been made by hijacked airliners on the Twin Towers. This knowledge was the catalyst for them to devise a plan to try and take back the aircraft. The plan involved waiting until the plane was over a rural area and then using boiling water to incapacitate the hijackers in the cabin. They then would breach through the locked cockpit door to overtake the hijackers at the controls of the airliner. While their heroic efforts undoubtedly saved thousands of lives in the Capitol building that morning, it led to the loss of the 44 passengers and crew aboard Flight 93. In the Memorial Plaza stands a monument to those that lost their lives that day. The monument is designed so that when you look at it from a distance, it looks like one piece of stone, celebrating the unity of those on board Flight 93. However, as you get closer, it reveals each separate individual it pays tribute to. While this location is a somber one, please take time to visit if you're in the area. It's a stark reminder of the tragedy of that day and the unselfish heroism of the passengers and crew of Flight 93.
Over there, Tony Tell.
I am digitally checking into a hotel. Why? Since we just got our trailer back?
Yeah, why, since we just got our trailer back, are we checking into a hotel?
Because we're going to drive 2.5 hours to Columbus, Ohio to help a friend out.
Because if there's one thing that you should know about Taos, we are the friendly and helpful type. Zach and Chelsea, who you met a couple of weeks ago when we did our video about being up in Ohio. Chelsea is a travel nurse. They live up around Canton, but she has a job down in Columbus. There had an issue at the RV park with power, and so she needs to move to another spot. Chelsea is perfectly capable of moving the rig on her own,
She is.
but that's no fun. So we decided we're going to take a 2.5 hour drive over to Columbus.
We like Columbus, by the way.
Yeah, we do. We were there a couple years ago and hung out, and we really liked Columbus. So we're going to take a 2.5 hour drive over to Columbus to help Chelsea move the trailer, and then we're just going to go do some fun stuff.
Just hang with Chelsea.
We're going to hang with Chelsea and go do some fun
We've been
stuff in
stuck here in
Columbus.
Pittsburgh for 2.5 weeks, and we have another week to go. So we're kind of looking for a little mini adventures.
Yeah, and then we're going to just stay the night in the hotel in Columbus and come back in the morning. So, all right, we will see you in Columbus, Ohio.
Woohoo.
We got Chelsea to the new campground. Now I'm gonna back her in.
Stop right there because of that equalizer over here. Does your stairs have the adjustable feet on them?
Yeah, but I don't know if it'll go that short.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look at that.
So the challenge that we had with this whole thing was that they put poor Chelsea in a site that has a deck, which you think would be a lovely addition to your site, but the problem is her steps. Can you close the door? Tony Tao is a bloody genius, and her solution was to put the rig up on blocks, which we did, to get it up just enough for the steps to come down, and with it up on blocks, on the Anderson levelers, on Chelsea's Levelmate Pro, it's 0-0. Everything's perfect. I'm gonna go around the other side, and if you get close and I need you to stop, I will whistle loudly. Here's our challenge. Is it gonna make it? It's gonna be so close. It's gonna be so close. And stop. Okay, change of plans.
Pulling the slide in.
Okay. So we're gonna move forward to where this metal bar here lines up more in the center so that we have a little bit more clearance. I want you to pull me forward until this lines up just in front of that. All right, chalk it up. I think we're good.
What did he do?
Yay! 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 Gracie, high five!
High five! High five!